students. So I'm switching into English, and today my plan is to deliver a general description of our course, then to present the place of corporate strategy in the management, in the system of the strategic management of the company. And then shortly I will present other types of strategies. I will present business strategies, functional strategies, and operational strategies. And then I will present one more time the structure of your course paper, just to prepare you for our communicating. I do hope that when I'm speaking slowly, everything is okay with voice. So I'm sharing my presentation. Okay. So today, dear students, we are speaking about levels of strategies. And generally, we also will speak about the main tasks within every level of strategy. As you might know, the strategy is a plan for the company. Actually, the strategy is set of objectives and tasks how to attain all the objectives. So, in other words, we can say that a strategy is a set of targets and the ways how to attain these targets. And also, I'd like to stress that when you are creating a strategy, it is not the event, it is the process, it is the crucial idea. Why it is so? First of all, you can think that it is possible just to prepare a strategy as a document and that's all. Why should we change anything in the process? But the external environment of the company is changing, and a company has to react to these changes in external environment. Who can imagine that a year ago that now we have this awful situation in Ukraine? And all the companies has to adopt its activity to this situation. But even normally, if we wouldn't have had war, dear students, please check. I hear somebody voice. Please check and please turn off all the microphones. Thank you. But even in normal situations, management system of any company has to change strategy. Here at this picture, you can see the general cycle of management. First, we have to create strategy. It is the result of planning function of management. Then, having created a strategy, we have to select our subordinates to perform every task, and we have to create the organizational structure. It is the result of organizing function of management. Then leading or motivating function means that we have to set an incentive for every subordinate, because you are old enough to understand that if you say somebody that you have to do it, nobody will do anything without an incentive. Incentives could be positive or incentives could be negative. And then we have to use controlling function. We have to check the results. And here at this stage, at the stage of controlling, it could be the situation that our objective, at least one objective, which was created at the stage of planning, hasn't been attained. Why it could be so? It could be so because of two situations. The first situation is that our objectives were unattainable, initially unattainable, so it wouldn't be possible to attain it. Or it could be the second problem, that we have had some mistakes at the stage of organizing, or for example, we used the wrong dividing of labor system, for example, or we had some problems with motivating, with setting some incentives. Maybe some incentives were wrong. Just an example, you decide to motivate the particular subordinate with the help of, let's say, new position, higher status symbols, for example, parking place near to the entrance to the company building, parking place near to the entrance. But these man or this lady has a child, and he or she needs more money to satisfy all the needs of the child, and the better incentive is not to promote this person, but to pay more salary to this person. So, but even if all the objectives are attained at the stage of controlling, environment of any company is changing, so we have to add to our strategy some new objectives, or correct the existing objectives according to some changes. So I do hope that I have persuaded you that organization's strategy evolves all the time, and the strategy is not a document which can be prepared and put on the shelves and all. No, we have to, managers have to add some new characteristics to a strategy at all levels. Any diversified company has, okay, I to begin with that there are a big classifications of companies. There are a lot of classifications, but one of the classification is dividing the companies to the diversified companies and non-diversified companies. A diversified company is a company which has at least two strategical business units, or company has at least two directions of activity. There are a lot of examples of diversified company. Okay, for example, Roshen is a Ukrainian diversified company. They are producing some sweets, maybe you know, but then they decide to add some cakes to the portfolio, and 2 years ago they decided to add butter from milk to the portfolio, and condensed milk with sugar to their portfolio. So it is an example of a diversified company. But nowadays, any company is trying to become a diversified company, because when we are diversified, we can decrease our risks. How it is possible? It is possible when one of the direction has some problems, so and we don't have profits from this direction, we can have profits from other direction of our business activities. But there are also a lot of single business companies which has only one strategical business unit, which has only one direction of the activity. So coming back, if a company is a diversified company, it has 4 levels of strategy: corporate strategy, business strategies. I'm stressing that here is written in plural, it is correct. Functional strategies also in plural, and operating strategies also in plural. And today we will discuss all the strategies, but speaking a little bit forward, the task for your corporate paper is to craft the corporate strategy for the company, which was chosen by you as an object of your research paper. So it is easier to begin with business strategy. No, okay. And if a company is a single business company, it has only 3 levels of strategy. Business strategy, here is in singular, I'm stressing, because only one direction. Then functional strategies, operating strategies, and that's all. And coming back to the previous screen, today we are speaking about every strategy in details, but I'd like, even in the beginning of our today's lecture, I'd like to explain you the main differences of the strategies. Let's begin from the second level, from the business strategy. Speaking about business strategy, it is a strategy for one business. It means that here we are explaining for ourselves why this business is and will be profitable. And according to the modern strategic management, business could be successful, could be competitive, could be profitable only if the business has a sustainable competitive advantage. Dear students, you must know that the word sustainable in English has two meanings. The first is that the main meaning is that we are caring about environment, so it's like environmental, the synonym. But the second is that we have the advantage, if speaking about sustainable competitive advantage, we are speaking about advantage which is available not only now but also in future. So sustainable means not only for current situation but also for future. So at the stage of business strategy, we are uh, speaking, we are explaining why the business will be profitable now and in future, and what is the main competitive advantage for our company. Then we have, but please don't forget that here I present you that a strategy is a plan, a set of objectives. So we have to create main objectives for the business. But any business has a lot of functional spheres. Research and development, manufacturing, marketing, finance, HR, etc. And we have to prepare a set of objectives for every functional sphere. And this is the functional strategies. And the operating strategies means that especially in big companies, there are a lot of departments. For example, if speaking about our university, at our university, we do have more than 100 educational departments. То, що ми українською кафедра називаємо, because we have a lot of other departments. Now I'm speaking only about educational departments. So we have to select objectives for every department also. And coming back to the corporate strategy, you know, the business units could be different, could be very different. And as I told you, for example, during our first meeting, the biggest company among fast-moving consumer goods company is Procter & Gamble. So they have a lot of strategical business units, but it is one company. It is one budget. It is one set of shareholders, of owners of this business. So we have to connect it somehow. And the main target, the main objectives of the corporate strategy is to connect all the businesses together in one company. So let's speak about the corporate strategy in details. As I told you, this is the highest level of a strategy for a diversified company. Here are the picture with some brands produced by, and okay, not only produced but been producing by Procter and Gamble company, and there are a lot of other brands also produced by Procter and Gamble. So they are two different, but we have to interrelate and interconnect it somehow. And within the corporate strategy, we have to answer, or we have to create objectives within four main initiatives. Four main initiatives. The first is how to achieve diversification and how to increase the level of diversification for the company. We will speak a lot about diversification. We will speak really a lot about diversification. We will speak about it next, not next time, but in one lecture. But the main idea is that we are decreasing risks by entering other markets. So we have to explain for ourselves how it is possible to increase new market and achieve diversification. Then, as far as it is one company, so it must be one corporate culture. So we have to support. Dear students, please switch off the microphones. Now somebody. Thank you. How it is possible to organize the combined performance in all businesses, as far as it is only one company? Actually, it is a very difficult question, and we will not speak about it during our course, maybe a little bit. But there are no general instruments for this purpose. That's why the instruments should be selected only at the basis of analysis for some particular company. The third task within corporate strategy is supporting synergy among related businesses. It is very interesting. Actually, it's not a mistake. I put this picture here. So in economics, sometimes 2 plus 2 is equal not 4, but 5. How it is possible? It is possible when we have some interrelation and interconnection among at least two strategical business units, and we can increase profitability of our company. The most simple example is that we want to enter a new market, but we have equipment which we need to enter this new market. So we do not need to buy new equipment for this purpose. So we can have bigger profit compared with the situation when we decide, compared with the company which wants to enter the new market without this equipment. This company will have to buy this new equipment. So we will speak about it a lot. We will have a big lecture regarding synergy with some examples, but it is also the level of corporate strategy, how to connect all business units, and not only connect, but also how to have bigger profit when we are combining all the strategical business units. And the fourth task, which must be solved at the level of corporate strategy, is how to set investment priorities. Uh, you know that any company, not any company, but any strategical business unit is like an alive person. So nobody wants to be killed. But sometimes we need new investment, bigger investment to support maybe new strategical business unit and new direction. And maybe for this purpose, we do not have enough investments, and it's not possible to have the investments outside. And in this very case, we need to sell at least one strategical business unit and to invest this money into other strategical business units. And also, we will speak a lot about of the instruments of how to select investment priorities. We will begin with the most simple matrix, with the matrix of Boston Consulting Group. However, it is simple, however, it is in use, and if the company is not very big, so it's no sense to use more complicated instruments. But if a company has a lot of strategical business units, okay, 5 and more, BCG matrix is not enough, so we have to add McKinsey matrix, ADL matrix, and etc. So we will speak also about complicated instruments of strategic management of selecting investment priorities within a diversified company. So I mentioned the four main parts of corporate strategy: how to achieve diversification, how to organize the combined performance in all strategical business units. Mostly it is connected with corporate culture, how to get synergy, and how to select investment priorities within a diversified company, because it is one budget for the company, for all strategical business units. And it is quite obvious, it must be obvious for you that creating the corporate strategy is a responsibility of the highest level of management. Business strategy. Business strategy is game plan for a single business. And actually, when creating business strategy, I decided to present you briefly this information, but I decided to, after I present you everything connected with corporate strategy, And as it is clear for you that I have to finish providing this information, I have to finish delivering this information, I think 2 weeks before the end of semester, to let you to use the last information for the last task. So I will have at least 2 weeks, and within the 2 weeks, I will present the core information regarding business strategy. Actually, the business strategy is more simple, and we are discussing with my students the business strategy at the level of bachelor phases. But generally, what we need to create a business strategy, we have to we have to conduct the analysis of the market, of the industry. Then we have to understand the need of our future customers. It is very big difference between product description and a need. Then we have to understand our competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means that our company must be better in satisfying the need compared with our rivals. And at the stage of analysis of industry, we have to conduct also analysis of our rivals. It is the crucial part of analysis, the analysis of rivals. Then we have to create a mission statement for a company. It is the purpose of existence of our company. Then we have to transform missions to objectives, and then at the last stage we have to support the objectives by tasks. It is very briefly the chain of strategic management for a business strategy, but I promise you to come back to this strategic chain, to the chain of strategic management during our last lectures. Because corporate strategy must gather all the business strategies together. But the core part in any business strategy is connected with the understanding the sustainable competitive advantage. So the general idea of a business strategy is how to find the feature which can help us to be better compared with our rivals. Functional strategies, or here is in singular, it is the game plan for some particular functional activity. It could be for finance or HR. Here you can see the examples for marketing strategy, for a new product development strategy, and etc. And we have to create set of objectives for all functional spheres of the business. And generally, the general chain of strategic management is the same. I mean, for every functional department, it is also must be created mission statement for every functional department. And if we have time at the end of our course, we will also speak about functional strategies. It is the next step of strategic management. Having defined business strategies, functional strategies, it is possible to select to craft operating strategies. Operating strategies, as I told you, it is the strategy for one department. It is the lowest level of management. Even if the company has corporate strategy and business strategies and functional strategies, every department must also have its own operating strategy. Let's speak about our university. For example, we have some objectives regarding publications and indexed in Scopus, for example. So, and every head of department organize attaining these objectives in his or her own way. So the operating strategy is the task for the lowest level of management. And the course management of organization, it is our course is about corporate strategy. We will speak about all these four main initiatives within corporate strategy. We will only speak very briefly about about the second one, but we will speak about the diversification in details. We will speak about the synergy, and we will speak about how to select priorities also in details. So I'm switching off the presentation. I'm switching off the presentation, and just a moment, I switch off the record, and then I will